Welcome to Neosho Lady Wildcat Softball on KNEO.org. This is a presentation of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. You're listening to the official pregame show of the Neosho Lady Wildcats. Now let's go to the game site for all the action.
And good afternoon, Wildcat fans, from the sports complex here in Neosho, the Marion Family Complex, in fact. And there's all kinds of things going on. John Ball, Matt Ball with you. We are here to see Our Lady Neosho Wildcats take on the Falcons from Glendale. Matt, over here on the other side, we've got baseballers out there.
Yeah, looks like they're already practicing for season, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and then over here to our left, we've got footballers out, and it's a hot day. It's hot up here for us. My goodness, we're in full gear. There's no telling what's going on. Game time, it's going to be 87 degrees. The wind is blowing just a little bit, not too bad. We're right here for a 5 o'clock start. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube, your tire and auto center. Because we said the Cats are taking on the team that is 6-4. They were 13-9 last year. Glendale, they've got a new head coach. 2020 Glendale alumni, Turner Jackson, who was an assistant for 2 years in softball, is also an assistant for baseball. He's really excited. He says this. He says, we've got an aggressive offensive approach, constantly pushing this to seize the momentum whenever possible. Jackson also said our goal is to leverage all of our aspects of the ball team against the other team and stay unpredictable and keep our opponents on their toes. As we said, this is the pregame show. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Lady Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Hi, this is Pastor Mike from Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a few moments to give you hope today. Are you feeling overwhelmed with the daily struggles of affording rent, paying for groceries, buying gas? I want you to know that there is a God who is big enough to handle all these problems and bring you relief. He wants you to live free from worry and stress. James 4:2 says, you have not because you ask not. Have you asked God to help you today? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake. Hi, I'm Pastor Mike of Calvary of Neosho, and I want to take a minute to share grace with you today. And what is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something that you don't deserve. I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God has made a way for me to have one by His grace. Titus 2 says the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. Have you accepted that gift of grace? For KNEO Radio, I'm Mike Leake.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to take 30 seconds today to encourage you to pray. Because our prayers have the power to move heaven. James 5 says the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. When we pray, God listens. When we pray, situations can change. When we pray, miracles can happen. And heaven moves on our behalf, simply because we pray. Take some time today and pray. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
Hi, I'm Barry Reel with First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho, and I want to give you some encouragement today. None of us are perfect, but sometimes we feel like we have messed our lives up so badly that even God can't fix us or help us. I want to assure you that's not the case. In Romans 8:28, we read that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. That means that God can even use your mistakes to do good in your life. I want to encourage you to trust God and let Him give you peace about your past, a purpose in your present, and hope for your future. With KNEO Radio, this is Barry Reel.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to give you some encouragement today. No matter how far you feel from God, right now, did you know He's never more than a prayer away? Psalm 145 says, the Lord is near to all who call upon Him. If you need to reconnect with God today, He's just one prayer away. If you need to ask for forgiveness, He's just one prayer away. If you need God's help or guidance, all it takes is a prayer. If you haven't talked to God in weeks and you know your relationship with Him isn't as it should be, cry out to Him. It's just one prayer away. And if salvation is what you need, ask Him. He's just one prayer away. Have you talked to God today? He's waiting to hear from you. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
Welcome back to the Marion Family Complex. We're here for a softball game. John Ball, Matt Ball with you. The Lady Cats will be taking on the Falcons from Glendale. In the circle for the Falcons is going to be a sophomore, Piper Van Zant. As a freshman last year, she won 7 ball games and pitched 89 innings. They also boast of a shortstop that is an All-State second-team honoree, junior Peyton Lundstrom, who hit .524 last year, Matt, with 33 stolen bases. So she's got some wheels, doesn't she?
Yeah, she can run.
They last lost to Carthage the other night. After winning 6 straight, they had a big win over Carthage. They score 8 runs and they give up just about 6 runs. Cats last time we played them, the Cats beat them on September 2nd of 24 by a score of 12-1. Cats had a big win Monday night against Seneca, featuring 3 home runs, one by Journey Arnold, Sadie Leach, and Autumn Kennard. Olivia Emery will be in the circle for the Cats tonight. She had a 13 strikeout performance. She had a hit and scored one of the 14 runs as the Cats took it to Seneca 14-0 in 5 innings. Kendon Smith had a 3-hit performance and scored 3 runs, while Journey Arnold had 2 hits and scored twice. Bottom third of the batting order, Matt, and this is something we're really impressed with, is the fact that they produced 3 runs. Ashlyn Stevens hit a base-loaded triple and cleared all the bases and was unfortunately stuck at third base before it was over with. The Cats continue to be stingy on defense as they're giving up an average of 1.7 runs per game. Now that's going to be pretty exciting as we take on the Falcons tonight. The Cats are out there and they're in the midst of their warm-ups. That's Bobby Stackhouse hitting balls out to the outfield. We're going to take another timeout. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The Neosho R5 School District is committed to shaping the future, one student at a time. From academics to athletics, we empower our students to reach their full potential, installing values of hard work, teamwork, and integrity. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast today and cheering on our Wildcats. Our dedicated teachers, staff, and coaches work hand in hand to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for success. Together, we're building a brighter tomorrow for our community. The Neosho R5 School District, where excellence thrives.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Healthcare doesn't have to be complicated. At the Free Market Physician in Neosho, you pay just one affordable monthly fee, and that covers all the checkups and routine care you need. No insurance hassles, no surprise bills, just unlimited access to your doctor when you need them. Whether it's a quick visit, telemedicine, or ongoing care, you're covered. Find out how simple healthcare can be. Call 417-312-9499 or visit freemarketphysicians.com. That's 417-312-9499.
Looking for extra space near Neosho? At 86 Mini Storage, we offer secure open parking for RVs, campers, and vehicles. Plus, we have a selection of storage units that can hold whatever you need. Conveniently located in Western Neosho with 24-hour access for our customers, and right now, your first month is free. To find out what spaces are currently available or request a unit, visit 86ministorage.com or call 417-621-1601.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Sports Complex, which was sponsored by the Marion family, and we're certainly glad to be here. As we said, John Ball, Matt Ball with you on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. Hey, be with us tomorrow night. If you can't go to the ballpark, go to the Bob. But if you can't be with us as we start the football again, it's going to be a tough battle for the Cats against the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets beat Joplin the other night, and they were within one touchdown of Webb City. They started out really slow last year. The Cats went there and beat them, and after that they ended up going 4-7. So excited to be able to play them. I believe it's going to be a real test for us, so we're excited about that. The Lady Cats will be in the Kearney softball tournament in Kearney, and it is their fall festival tournament over this weekend. Then they'll be right back here next Thursday night. We will take on the Ozark team, and Ozark Tigers, and that'll be a 5 o'clock start time as well. So now that we've kind of caught you up on some of that, Cats next weekend will make the long trip to Waynesville. It's going to be about a 2.5, 3 hour drive, and the logistics is not something Cats have had to deal with yet. We had the privilege last year in the new aligned COC of not making a lot of huge road trips. So the implications of a 2.5, 3 hour trip on the bus is going to be something that the coaches will have to deal with. You're watching the Neosho Lady Wildcats. This is the pregame show, and it is brought to you by ProLube, our tire and auto center. Matt, give us the rundown on district so far.
Well, it looks like we got some ties going on as far as it goes. Tied for first, we've got Joplin and Lee Summit. They both got 8 wins. And then we have a 3-way tie in second, which is Lee Summit. The Lee Summit West was in first, and then we have a Lee Summit, Neosho, and Smith Cotton are in second place, and you got Raymore Peculiar in third place, and Carthage in fourth place, it looks like. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll let the cat out of the bag right now and let everybody know that Neosho will be hosting that district playoff. So after the season is over with, we're going to have some real good softball to watch, and we're excited about our Cats' opportunity. The Cats are been playing some tough ball, and they lost 3 ball games by 4 runs in a tournament last weekend, and 3 of those were to Kansas City schools, Matt.
Yeah.
So we're getting to that place. We're going to take another timeout. This is the pregame show that's brought to you by ProLube, your tire and auto center. We will be back with keys to the Cats, starting lineups, and much more. You're watching the Lady Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Today's sporting event is being made available for your family by Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rental, located just off Highway 49 at the Carterville exit by Casey's. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays till noon with rentals of outdoor construction equipment and even attachments for your machines. Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rentals is a proud supporter of today's game. 417-317-4995.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at comptoncpagroup.com.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
Sam Gorm and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home...
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook/Calvary of Neosho or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Family Market, located at 20.
Every team knows that the 2-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Welcome back to the Marion in Neosho. We're going to start this segment with Keys for the Cats. Keys for the Cats is sponsored by State Farm Agent Eric Norris in Neosho, located at 437 West Kohler Street, Neosho. Eric and his team offer a variety of insurance services for individuals and businesses. Learn more online at ericnorrisinsurance.com or by phone at 417-451-6666. Go Wildcats!
All right, thank you, Matt. And we'll begin with keys to the Cats. C stands for consistent. These Cats are very consistent out in the field and at the plate. Defense continues to be the mainstay for these Cats as they allow 1.7 runs per game. Consistent defense makes it easy with consistent pitching. Olivia the other night against Seneca had 13 strikeouts. The week before we saw Journey and she had 8 strikeouts. A, our approach to the plate is to put the ball in play and get on base. Aggressive base running causes opportunities to score. We do that with speed and heads-up attention, knowing where we are and what we're doing and what is happening at the time. T, again, take what is given to us. Take the outside pitches and hit the ball to the opposite field. Like Autumn did the other night, batting left-handed, she hit the ball to left field and knocked it over the fence. And like Ashlyn did, she turned on an inside pitch, knocked the ball right over third base, and had a triple to clean the bases. S, we've got to stay in the moment. We do this one game at a time. Staying where your feet are means focus. Our focus as a team and individually is great, and that produces a we-can attitude. So we're really excited about that, and we're going to get this ball game underway. The Eagles come to town, as we said, or the Falcons come to town, as we said earlier. I knew it was a bird of some sort.
It is a bird.
4-6. They are coached by Turner Jackson, who is like Frank Kristen on the football side, is an alumni from Glendale. He's assisted by Riley Stills, Mason Davis, and Danny Mills. On the other side, your Neosho Wildcats. They are coached by head coach J.B. Goodell, Angie Turner, and Bobby Stackhouse. Delana Stevens is the manager. So we're excited to get this ball game underway, and we'll be ready to get started in just about 10 minutes. So let's go ahead with the starters. What do you say? For the Glendale Eagles, as we said, they are 6-8. Turner Jackson is the head coach. He's in his first year. And starting off is going to be a number 2. She catches, and that's Lou Chafin. The All-Stater is playing shortstop, and that's Peyton Lundstrom wearing number 23. 16 is Isabel Gaunt. She is playing second base. And the pitcher we talked about earlier, Piper Van Sant, is wearing number 18, and she will be pitching. Followed up by number 7, Marley White, who plays third base. Number 17 is hitting in the 6th spot, and that is Lauren Cooper, and she'll also play first base. Lily Van Miller will be playing center field. She wears number 5 and hits 7. K-May Dearden is in the right field. She wears number 8 and rounded out with Eva Sperlin, and she'll be playing in left field. Now, for your Neosho Wildcats, coming in with a record of 7-3. We'll start off with, and Matt, we've said this so many times, we like the way this ball club, we've got players that play many different positions.
Yeah.
We start off with number 1, and that is Autumn Kennard. She'll be catching tonight. She played center field last week, but she'll be catching. 18 is Kenyon Smith. She bats second, and she plays left field. Number 21, Journey Arnold, will be at first base. 27, Sadie Leach, hitting in the 4-hole, will be playing third base. The 5-hole hitter is number 8, Addie Hart. She plays second base. Olivia Emery will be in the circle for the Cats. She wears number 9. 11, Carly Mahurin will be playing in right field. Kylie Tomlinson, the left-handed hitter, is our shortstop, and we finish up with number 5, Ashlyn Stevens, and she'll be playing center field. We're getting ready here in just a minute, and what you hear in the background is the PA announcer. That PA announcer is none other than a former Neosho AD, Brandy. So we are excited to have her. Brandy Arthur is with us tonight. We haven't seen her in quite a while, so we're excited about that. She will finish up, and then we will honor our flag. What a great day to do that. Realizing that sadly, many, many years ago, this is the anniversary of the atrocity that got the two twin towers in New York City and caused a lot of unnecessary deaths. So the flags are half-mast for that, and of course because of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, we will now honor our country.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, I was just looking around. Everybody over on the baseball field stopped to pay tribute to our flag. And over here to our left, everybody at the softball stopped to pay tribute. And that's not something they necessarily had to do. I mean, they're far enough away from the flag, but we're excited because we get the opportunity to show our stripes, as it were, here in the United States, because we truly are the greatest nation in the world.
Well, it shows the culture here for the Wildcats, and it's Pee Wee football over there, but it's a great country and great people here in Neosho.
Yeah, it really is. Olivia Emery is in the circle for the Cats. She's going to be going up against Piper Van Zandt, who is a sophomore. Now, Livy was a freshman, and she had another 13 strikeout event a year and a half ago. She chose to play softball for a team out of Dallas, Texas last year, but we're sure glad that she's back and things work out well. The ball goes down to second base, and it comes back around, and the Cats are out in the middle. So what we've got Leach, Tomlinson, Hart, Arnold. In the outfield, it's Smith, Stevens, and Mahurin. The battery will be Emery and Kennard. Starting off will be Lou Chafin. She's the catcher, and she steps in there on the left-hand side of the plate. Batting left-handed, there's the first pitch, and it's a little high and outside for a ball. Sadie Leach is about halfway in to second base, and there's another one thinking maybe that she's going to try one of those running slap bunts, and that's ball 2 on the outside. Cats are prepared. Here comes the next pitch, and that's exactly what it was. It was a running swing, but that was a miss for strike 1. That makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, strike 2.
You must have
strike
called that,
3. Okay.
Must have called that first one a
Must
strike.
have called that first. They must have. I thought it was a ball 2.
Well, he was kind of waving like it was a ball, but I guess, hey.
All right, well, there's the first strikeout for the side. And here's Peyton Lundstrom. She's batting from the left-hand side of the plate as well. Olivia looks down at her wrist coach. Here comes the first pitch, and that's fouled off over the Glendale dugout for strike 1. It's a beautiful inning for baseball. Like I said, it's 87 degrees out, a little bit warm. The sun is down upon us. There's not a whole lot of wind blowing, but if it is, it's from right field to left field. There's the next pitch, and that's a little bit outside. That'll even the count at 1-1. Home plate umpire was certainly being nice and showing Emery just exactly where it has to be. There's another fouled off, and that one's going to be out of play for strike 2. So we've got a ball and 2 strikes on Lundstrom, the shortstop. Gaunt and Van Zandt will be up next. Here comes the next pitch, and it's low and outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. We're taking her time right now. What we'll see is Matt as she gets on in there, and there is a fly ball that is hit, and it's out of play as well. As she continues to get stronger, she works faster.
Yeah. She just got to get settled down and get her rhythm going, you know.
Yeah. She looks down, she's ready to go. Here's the next pitch. Home plate umpire says that that's ball 3, and he shows it a little bit outside. So we've got a full count on Lundstrom, the shortstop. If you're just joining us, it's the top half of the first inning. There is 1 out. Glad to have you with us. There's the next pitch, and there's a shot through the ground and past Kylie, and she gets on first base. I'm going to call that a base hit because Kylie had no opportunity for that. So here's Isabel Gaunt. Runner on first base, there is 1 out, and there's the first pitch, and that's called strike 1. Cats are playing pretty well dead away, except for Sadie Leach, and she's in about a step or so from third base. Here comes the next pitch, and that's swung on. Strike 2, but that was some sort of a play that was on, and Lindstrom gets down to second base. It was a nice throw. It just she just had the speed, and she had the jump. So runner on second. There's 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the top half of the first inning, and there's a foul ball. I believe that ball was headed to right field. So we'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes on the second baseman, Gaunt. Just a little bit inside. There's the first ball. Glad to have you with us this afternoon. We're at in Neosho, and there's the next pitch. Swung on, strike 3. So there's the second out. And here comes Piper Van Zandt. Sophomore steps in to bats left-handed as well. Here comes the first pitch from Emery. And that's a ball high and outside. Emery's not got a lot of speed, but she puts a lot of motion on the ball, Matt.
Yeah.
And she's called a spinner pitcher. There's the next pitch, and swung on, strike 1. And that motion is what kind of fools the batters. So there's a runner on second base in Lindstrom, and a strikeout here would finish that out. And that one's a little bit outside. Call strike.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Caught the outside corner.
It was a pretty pitch.
Yes, it was. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner on second base. And here's ball outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Home plate umpire motioning. You've got to lower it just a little bit. That's not something most umpires feel like they have to do, but I'm sure, and he'll do it both ways before it's over with. Got her, strike 3. So
there we go.
1 hit, a runner left on second base, 3 strikeouts after 1/2 inning of play. Glendale 0, and here come the Cats. We'll be right back after this.
Financial investments are very important. but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-77.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
And welcome back to the sports complex here in Neosho as Neosho Wildcats are getting ready to come up to bat in the bottom half of the first inning. Matt, I don't want to take anything away from the home runs that were hit by the Cats over at Seneca the other night, but that was a 4-foot wall over there, and it was 200 feet all the way around. The Cats here have a 200-foot all the way around, maybe a little 220 out in center field, but this fence is 6 foot tall, so a home run hit here will be just exactly that. It'll be a hard hit.
Well, they would have been bouncing off the fence either way.
Yeah, sure would.
Number 1, senior catcher, Autumn Kennard.
Here's Autumn Kennard.
Time to rattle those bats now.
Yeah. Autumn is hitting .520, but more important, she has a .636 on-base percentage. And you know if the Cats get on base, they're going to score. There's the first pitch. It was low and outside for a ball. Catcher shifted and had that ball, and it kind of got away from her just a little bit. Here comes the next pitch, and there is a ball that is hit out into left field. And Autumn is going to go around, and she's going to make it to second base. Here she goes to third base, and she's going to stand up.
Hey!
And we're not real sure what happened, but that ball got away. A great, great opportunity for the Cats.
And now your junior left fielder, number 18, Kendon Smith.
That's what I was talking about in keys to the Cats. Take the pitch that's given to you. She took an outside pitch and ran it down the left field line. Here's Kendon. She had 3 hits the other night over in Seneca. I think her favorite place to hit the ball is between second or third and shortstop. And there's a ball that's going to get away from the catcher, and the Cats score just like that. So the Cats start off 1-0. And we're having our second batter up, and there's no outs.
That's how you do it.
Kendon likes to hit the ball in between third and shortstop. And she swung at a pitch I think was aimed for right field. So that'll even the count at 1-1.
Kind of slapped at it.
She did. Arnold and then Leach. And there's another one that is an off-speed pitch, and it was called strike.
Oh, it dropped right in there.
There's a ball that was fouled off. Piper Van Zandt, the sophomore, she's a pretty good size for a sophomore out there in the circle. We've got a ball and 2 strikes, and we'll come back and do it again. Here comes the pitch. And there's a hard hit ball right up the center, and Kendon's on with a single.
Nice hit.
Here's Journey Arnold, the first baseman. Journey is playing a lot of positions. That ball that she hit the other night that was a home run was a line shot. I mean, it just went all the way. And there's a ball that was hit into right field, and Kendon is going to make it around to third base. And that's exactly what we talked about again. Journey hits the ball to right field, and Kendon's in scoring position. Here's a gal that had 3 home runs in Joplin this last weekend, and then she had one on Monday night as well.
I believe we're going to advance a base here.
There's a ball that was high, and there's catcher threw the ball down to second base. Second baseman cut it off, thinking maybe the Cats had something going. It was a little bit of a changeup, I think. Cats have got one. There's 2 runners on, and there's no outs. There's a pitch, and it's a foul ball for strike 1. That'll even the count at 1-1. Wind is blowing just slightly out of right field across to left field, and just a little bit out. There's the next pitch, and there is a swung on, and that's going to be another run for the Cats. And here comes Journey around to third base, and Sadie is going to make it over to second. A line shot by Sadie Leach, and she has a double. And Kendon Smith scores, and there's still not an out. Here's Addie Hart, but Coach Jackson wants to call timeout for just a minute. And these have been solid hits. That first one that Autumn hit, we couldn't see it, of course, because of the dugout over there. But
Yeah.
it obviously got all the way down in the corner, and she made it to third base. That started the Cats off, and then Autumn, because of her aggressive base running on a passed ball, came in and scored. Kendon hit a single right up the middle, and she came around and scored on Journey. Journey Arnold hits one to right field, and she goes around to third base. Sadie Leach comes up and lines a shot over third base. So the Cats are up by a score of 2-0. We've got runners on second and third, and there's still no outs. And here we go. Coach Angie Turner goes all the way over from her first base position to talk with the base runners. Here's Hart, the second baseman. First pitch from Van Zandt, and she holds up for call strike 1 on the outside corner. Hart had 4 home runs last year, so she has some pop as well, and there is a line shot, and that is going to get past, and we're going to score 2 more, and Hart is going to go into second base.
Good job. Nice hit.
Now batting your senior pitcher, number 9, Olivia Emery.
Here's Emery. She had 13 Ks against Seneca. She also had a hit and came around and scored a run. There's the first pitch, and then she laid off it, and it's called strike 1 on the outside corner. Right fielder is playing way back, and center fielder is playing over towards left field, and there's a ground ball that's going to go foul. And that'll be strike 2. Mahurin, Tomlinson, and Stevens. As we said, the bottom third of the batting order did a nice job against Seneca. They produced 3 runs, 3 of the 14. And here comes the next pitch from Van Zandt. And that was called strike 3. So it took a little something off of that, and it took just a minute or two for the home plate umpire to make that decision, and she just kind of, Olivia just kind of looked at her for just a minute. But there's 1 out. Here comes Mahira, and she's got swung on strike 1. Cats have picked up 4 so far in the bottom half of the first inning. Glad to have you with us. Glendale didn't score. There's a ball on the outside. So the Cats are up 4-0, and there's 1 out. Counts 1-1 on Carly Mahurin. Comes the next pitch. And that's a call strike. Caught the outside corner. Here comes the next pitch from Van Zandt, and that was ball low and outside, low and inside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Sharon squats in. There's a swung on, got her, strike 3. So there's 2 outs now. Here is the left-hand batting Kylie Tomlinson, shortstop. She was able to perfect a little swinging, run and swing, and put it right over the third baseman's head against Seneca the other night. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Center fielder Von Miller is playing almost into left field, and there's a ball that is going to get to where she needed. That's the thing about Kylie. She has the speed. That wasn't even close.
Ball just stopped.
Yeah, so Hart gets on. Hart goes to third base, and Tomlinson gets an infield hit. If she gets on, it's the top of the batting order. Here's the first pitch from Piper Van Zandt, and it looked like that they were going to try to fake a throw down to second base, went right back to Piper, and she turned to third base, but Hart wasn't having any of it. She was back in plenty of time. Van looks down, here comes the pitch, and there's another one that was just kind of a little floater. Took something off of that, so that'll even the count at 1-1. And there's a foul ball came off her toe. She's going to walk over and walk it off for a minute. Cats doing what we've seen them do a lot in the season so far, starting off early, picking up 2 sometimes, this time 4 runs. And there's another pitch. It was a kind of a floater outside. Catcher Chafin jumps out in front of home plate like she's going to throw the ball down to first. And there is a high ball that is hit. Looks like it could be a can of corn, but it's caught by the right fielder. So the Cats are out of the inning, but not before they score 4 runs. They leave a runner stranded on first and third. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
Forbes asked, and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families and the lives they built. For auto, home, life, and business protection, call Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Welcome back to the Marion Family Complex. The Cats are up by the score of 4-0 based on a 5-hit first inning and still left a couple stranded. We'll have the top of the batting order when we come back. Olivia Emery over on the other side got all 3 strikeouts. So here we go into the top half of the second inning. It's going to be White, Cooper, and Von Miller. Here comes the first pitch to right-hand hitting White, swung on, strike 1. Cats are playing in the infield. Outfield just almost straight back. Strike 2 swung on. Mehurin's probably playing a little bit over closer to that power alley, but that's about it. Stevens is almost dead center, and we can't see Kendon Smith over there. There's the third pitch. Got her, strike 3. So there's the first out in the top half of the second inning. Here's Lauren Cooper, the first baseman. She steps in, bats left-handed. There's a lot of left-handed hitters in this ball club, Matt.
Yeah, there is.
A little bit outside.
It's a nice pitch, though.
It was. Coach Turner Jackson said his baseball experience is leading him a long way to do things what he feels is right for softball. There's a run, there's a foul ball. And he said he thinks that just betters the ball club. He's excited about this ball club and where they're going. Levy looks down, here comes that spinner, and it's a little bit high for a ball. They'll run the count to 2 balls and a strike. She stands in there almost knock-kneed and swung on, strike 2. Center fielder Millie Von Miller will be up next. Comes the third pitch from Emery, swung on, strike 3. So just like that, 2 up, 2 down. And Emery's got 5 strikeouts.
Got a nice crowd out here today.
Yeah. K-My Dearden will be up next. Here comes the first pitch from Emery. Oh, high and outside for ball 1, and Von Miller is not taking any of it. She's going to wait for her pitch. Comes the next pitch. That caught the inside corner, and that was called strike 2.
She had some heat on that ball right there.
She did. That's probably as fast as we've seen her throw the ball. And it was a perfect pitch. We'll set up for one of these. And that got her. Strike. You know, I guess he called that first one a ball. Boy, I thought it was in there. Of course, I'm up here and he's down there.
That's true.
That makes the count a ball and 2 strikes on Von Miller. And that's it.
Nice pitch.
So 3 up and 3 down. And the Cats will come up in the second inning. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Affordable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
Want to know what your home is worth? Stop by to get a free competitive market analysis with Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. They're proud to serve the Neosho area and will stay with you every step of the way, whether you're buying or selling. A family-owned business for over 25 years, Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. 417-451-1700 or by email at gkitchen.showmerealestate@gmail.com. Home of the Happy Campers.
Welcome back to the sports complex here at Neosho. Cats are up by a score of 4-0. It's the top of the batting order. Man, let's just score 4 more runs. What do you say?
I think we ought to.
Yeah, I think so too. Falcons have had 1 base runner, and Emery has done a yeoman's job of striking everybody out in 2 innings. She's got 6 strikeouts. You can't get any better than that.
She comes in that groove, and I mean, here she goes.
Yeah, she does. Autumn hit the ball to the opposite field, and it got down in the corner, and she got all the way around to third to start us off in the first inning, and then she scored on a passed ball. Here comes the first pitch, and that one just bounced before it hit the plate for ball one. Right fielder is playing pretty deep. Autumn's known to be able to line the ball right into right field. And there's called strike one. That'll even the count at 1-1. There's a big hole between first base and second base. Comes the next pitch from Van Zandt, and that's a ball outside. 2 balls and a strike. It is the top half of the second inning. Glad that you're here with us, but come on out. This is a great, great evening for baseball. And there's a ball that is going to get get right over the shortstop's head. And Autumn has her second hit. Here's Kendon. She hit the ball grounded right up the middle the last time.
Well, the middle is definitely wide open.
Yeah, and it looks like she was going to bunt, but that was not even close, and she got back, and Autumn is at second base with a steal. So there's strike one. Kendon steps in. There's a swung on, and it was an off-speed pitch of some sort, and she got way in front of it and knocked it foul. Journey Arnold and Sadie Leach up in this inning yet. Van Zandt looks down. Here comes a pitch. Kendon fouls that one off. So we'll do it again. 2 balls and no balls and 2 strikes.
Just got to keep hanging in there.
That's exactly right. There is a huge gap in between center field and right field. And that's a strike 3. So Van Zandt has her third strikeout. And here's Journey. She had a single and came around and scored. She steps in, there's the first pitch, and that's swung on, and it goes to the third baseman. The third baseman is over, gets up and makes the play, but Kendon makes it over to, Autumn makes it over to third base. Getting so excited, I'm getting people's names wrong here, Matt.
Yeah. I tell you, we need a good shot right here.
Yeah. Here's Sadie, and she got in front of a off-speed pitch and knocked it over into Glendale's dugout. Van Zandt's off-speed pitch is just pretty deceptive. There's the next pitch, and Sadie hits that one. It's up high. Right fielder is calling for it and makes the play.
Oh.
So the Cats have got 1 base hit, left 1 person stranded, and after 2 innings of play, the score is 4-0 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats. We'll be right back after this.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 8 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505.
KNEA would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Welcome back to Wildcat Sports Complex. The Neosho Wildcats, after 2 innings of play, are up on the Glendale Falcons by a score of 4-0. It's About 87, 88 degrees, but Matt, I understand it could be up to 92 tomorrow.
It's 92 inside this box.
Yeah, every bit of that. And of course, we'll be at the Bob tomorrow, and that sun will be facing us. But it'll still be a great, great time for football. Here's the right fielder, Dearden. Then Sperlin in the top of the batting order. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on, strike one. One thing about these Glendale girls are going to get their swings, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you got to appreciate that.
That was a little bit high for a ball. That'll even the count at 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, strike two. Around the infield is Leach, Tomlinson, Hart, and Arnold. In the outfield is Smith, Stevens, and Mahurin. The batteries are Emery and Kennard. There's the next pitch. Swung on, got her, strike three. So there is the seventh strikeout. And, you know, I mentioned this to Coach Goodell over at Seneca the other night. What do you do when you've got a pitcher that is so overpowering that it almost lulls the infield into a false sense of security? And it looks like that was going to be a try for a bunt, but Leach was back in, almost on top of her by the time the ball got there. Strike one. Not saying that'll happen for our Cats, and we certainly don't want that to happen. There's another pitch, and that is
strike two.
Well, strike two. The ball's in two strikes on the catcher, and she swung on, got strike three. So Chafin has struck out twice now in the ball game.
Now batting number 2, Luciana Chafin.
Here is Peyton Lundstrom. No, wait a minute. That is not true. I'm sorry. That was Eva Sperlin. Boy, I am behind things. Now here is Lou Chafin, the catcher. Swung on, and that's going to be right back up against the backstop for strike two. So here comes the next pitch from Emery. Looked like she wanted to swing on it, but she held off. That was high and outside for a ball. Emery looks down at her wrist coach. Here comes the pitch, and that was strike. So now the count is even at 2-2. And there was a running swing that was fouled off, back out of play. That'll make the count a ball and two strikes. Now it's 2-2. Our count is 2-2. Yeah, we're right now. So comes the next pitch. And a little bit low and outside. So that runs the count full. We're in the top half of the third inning, and there is two outs. On Chafin, the catcher. That got her. Strike three. So go back to what I said earlier. Chafin has now struck out twice. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. The Cats are up by a score of 4-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Insurance Benefits Consultants now has 2 locations to serve you. They're located at 1009 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho and at 701 Northwest McNelly Road in Bentonville, Arkansas. They are proud supporters of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They provide Medicare and Medicaid supplemental policies, as well as life, health, and group health insurance plans from companies like Allstate and Colonial. For more information, call 411. Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft, and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
Welcome back to the Marion Family Complex. The Cats are up by a score of 4-0. Leading off this inning is the second baseman, Abby Hart. She's batting .308, and she lined a shot into left field for a double her first time up. Here comes the first pitch from Van Zandt. Took a little something off of it, but is in there for a strike. This Cats team is a high-powered team that goes fastball hunting, and we haven't seen too many fastballs out of Piper Van Zandt, the sophomore. That'll even the count at 1-1. Here comes the next pitch. And that was inside for a ball. So Hart's pretty disciplined at the plate. That's one over. She may have. I just swung at that time, Matt.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike, no outs, bottom of the third, and there's a solid hit right up the middle. So Hart's 2 for 2.
Batting now, your senior second baseman, number 9.
Here's Emery. She struck out her first time up, and I'm sure she's got a little chip on her shoulder. That's not something she is known for. There's the first pitch, and it was high for a ball. Hart over at first base, taking a little bit of a lead off, not just a whole lot. Comes Van Zandt's next pitch, and that was taking a little something off of it, and that was called. Called strike 2. Now 1-1. I'm sorry, it is 1-1, and there's a foul ball. She got in front of that one, and now we've got a ball and 2 strikes. Van Zandt looks down. Here comes the pitch, and there's a shot right to the second baseman. Second baseman over to first. Over to second and makes the play, but Emery is on with a fielder's choice. So 4-6, and there is the first out.
Got a pinch runner, Sophia Copeland.
Copeland will be the pinch runner. Huron calls timeout. She looks over at Coach Goodell and is thinking, let's see, what do I need to do here? She steps in and she's going to bunt the ball, but Copeland gets about halfway to second base and has to turn around and come back. After me, Huron is Tomlinson and Stevens. Swung on, strike 2. One out in the bottom half of the third inning. Cats picked up 4 in the first, nothing in the second. And there's a foul ball. Huron steps out. She steps back in, squats down a little bit. Here comes the pitch, and she swung on, and that's a base hit.
Ooh,
and that is going to go all the way to the fence, and we're going to see Copeland come all the way to third base, and Huron is in second with a double.
What a shot.
Nice hit that time. And Copeland gets all the way to third. She probably could have made it on in, but she had to wait and see if that ball was caught because it really wasn't close. Here's Tomlinson. Comes the first pitch from Van Zandt, and she hits it right to the pitcher. But Copeland is going to go ahead and score, and it will get the RBI, and Mahiran goes to third base. So the Cats pick up an insurance run, 1-3 for the second out. Here's Ashlyn Stevens. She flied out to right field her last time up. Swung on and it hit to the shortstop. Shortstop is up and over to first base for the out. Almost.
That was a close.
That was really close. But the Cats do pick up one. And after 3 innings of play, Neosho pick up 2. Neosho is, no, it is 1. That's right, it is 1. I'm sorry. My goodness. 5-0 in favor of Neosho Wildcats. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
The law offices of Wood & Peterson is sponsoring this portion of Neosho Wildcat Athletics, located at 217 South Lafayette, Neosho, and 431 Virginia Avenue in Joplin. They serve Southwest Missouri with personal claim representation. For more information, the phone number is 417-451-4141 or online at neoshoattorney.com. The law offices of Wood & Peterson are proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your...
Welcome back. We are ready to start the 4th inning. John Ball, Matt Ball with you. The Neosho Wildcats are taking on the Glendale Falcons. Here is the one hit in the ball game, Peyton Lindstrom, and she's up to start the 4th inning. Here comes Emory's first pitch. Took a little something off of it, and it died just outside for ball 1. Cats scored 4 in the first, none in the second, and 1 in the third. There's the next pitch, and that one's high and away for ball 2. Emery looks down. Here comes the next pitch, and that's a ball that is hit to Kylie Tomlinson at shortstop for the first out.
Nice catch.
Here's Isabel Gaunt, the second baseman. She struck out her only time up in the first inning. Here's the first pitch, and that is in there for call strike 1. Emery looks down. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, strike 2. So just that fast, Emery is up on Gaunt by 2 balls, or no balls, and 2 strikes. She looks down. Here comes the next pitch. Oh, she got all the way. Strike 3, you bet. She tried to hold back, but nothing doing.
It was
Home plate
past the
umpire just
plane.
made the call, you bet.
It was passed.
Yeah. Here's Piper Banzant. Has an opportunity to help herself out just a little bit. She struck out in that first inning, too. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on, strike 1. Emery's just chucking right along.
It's a nice razor.
Yes. Cats have got a lot of ball games this weekend as they go to the Fall Festival Tournament. So we'll be using several pitchers. That'll even the count at 1-1. Be sure and join us tomorrow night at the Bob when the Cats will take on the Yellow Jackets from Lebanon. Call strike. Right across the outside corner. So Van Zandt takes a strike. There's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Emery. A little high. As we said, the Yellow Jackets come in. They beat Joplin and played Webb City really, really close. So the Cats no doubt will have their work cut out for them. It should be a great, great ball game. That got her. Strike 3. So that retires the side, and again, there was no runs on no hits. There were 2 strikeouts, and after 3.5 innings of play, the score is Neosho 5 and Glendale nothing. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. They carry all the biggest brands, including Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas sports apparel and equipment. Be sure to check out their Facebook page at Sports Locker Team Sales and Specials, or their number is 417-451-9300. Proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
It's the bottom half of the 4th inning, and we start off with the catcher, Autumn Kennard. She came in batting .520 and has had 2 hits tonight, so that's going to jump that up considerably. Kennard, it's going to be Smith, and then it's going to be Arnold. Van Zandt looks down. Here comes the first pitch. Ball 1. There's Dave Marty, former PA announcer for Neosho Wildcats, baseball and softball. You're here because there's somebody you know was playing, right? And there's a hard hit ball, and that's gone way back, and that's out of here. Home run! Home run for Autumn Kennard. Dave, these cats are a lot of fun to watch, aren't they?
Autumn, yeah. They can pitch strikes all the time like you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first 5 or 6 girls got base hits in the 4th inning.
Yeah. So the Cats are up by a score of 6-0 now. Now give Dave the headphones just a little bit, and as we said, it's pretty exciting to watch these Cats. They play so many different positions, and they don't seem to be weak in any position. Here's Kendon. This is somebody you know a little bit, isn't it?
Well, she can hit the ball if she watches it.
Yeah. Yeah, and she gets that from you, right?
Surely.
Kendon takes the first one for a ball outside. She had a base hit, came around and scored in the 1st inning. Here comes the next pitch.
Popped
and
it
that's
up, straight up in the air.
Third baseman coming in, making the call for the first out. He may be a bad omen for her.
No, she played good down at Seneca, too, though. She played.
Yeah, she did. Played great. She was 3 for 3 down at Seneca. Here's Journey Arnold. She hit a line shot down at Seneca that went over that fence down there.
Got out in a hurry, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And there's the first pitch. It's in there for call strike 1. Yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful afternoon for softball. The wind is blowing almost out to dead center field right now. And there's a hard hit ball. Journey got around on that one, but it's going to go foul. Journey last year was one of those people that would slap the ball. Then she got a concussion, and she came back with a confidence about her, and she stepped in, and you do not want to give her a pitch in her wheelhouse, I promise. There's the next pitch, and it was high and outside for a ball.
Yeah, they travel tomorrow to Springfield, don't they? They play.
Yeah, that's right.
All weekend, Friday and Saturday both.
Yeah, they play in that fall festival. Here comes the next pitch. Journey.
A little late on it.
Fouls that one off, but we'll do it again. After Journey is Sadie Leach, and then Addie Hart, who has had 2 hits in the ball game so far.
She's hit the ball well.
She has. Comes the next pitch from Van Zandt, and that one's high. And Van Zandt is a sophomore. She played. She pitched last year. She won 7 ball games, but she pitched 89 innings. So she basically is the mainstay for the Falcons. Yeah, swung on, and we'll do it again. Journey just kind of hangs in there. A lot of them has had 2 home runs in 2 ball games. She had one over at Seneca, as we said. She hit the ball to right field and sliced it over there for a southpaw, and then she hit that one to dead center. There's another ball that is high. That'll run the count full, 3-2 on Journey Arnold, the first baseman. She had a base hit and scored in the first inning. And there's a high ball, and that may get in there. The center fielder comes in and makes the catch.
Made a good catch.
Yes, she did. Several people were going back out for it.
Now back, number 27, Sadie Leach.
So here's Sadie Leach, the sophomore.
She's got 3 or 4 home runs this year, I think.
Yeah, she does. She had one over at Seneca. She had 3 in that tournament at
last week.
Yeah, over at
Joplin.
Yeah.
With Schifferdecker.
Mm-hmm. Comes the first pitch. Sadie holds back on it, and it's high and outside for a ball. Cats just keep pecking away, but I'd like to see a big inning.
There's
a solid hit, and she's going to have to hurry to get over to first base.
Oh, my.
And they got her.
Good play by the third baseman.
Great play by the third baseman. She knocked it down and picked it up. So that ends the inning, but there was another big home run by Autumn Kennard. The score now is Neosho 6 and the Falcons from Glendale nothing. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide.
You found it. The ultimate car wash. The one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 PSI of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful. We might just blow you away.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They're located in their offices at 811 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or go online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. Go Cats!
It is the top half of the 5th inning. Cats are up by a score of 6-0 over the Glendale Falcons, and the first batter is going to be Marley White. She struck out her first time up, and she's not by herself. There's a ball. In fact, there have been 2 balls hit, and on Emery, everything else defense is taken care of. She's had 1 hit. There's a swung on foul ball, and it's back to Autumn, and she makes the play.
Pitch.
So there's the first out.
Batting now, number 17, Lauren Cooper.
Here's Lauren Cooper. She is the first baseman. She steps in on the left-hand side of the plate. Here comes the first pitch from Emery. Outside for a ball. Glad to have you with us. It is the top of the 5th. The Cats are up by a score of 6-0. Here comes the next pitch from Emery, and that's swung on. It's going to go to Hart at second, up and over to Journey for the out. So there's 2 outs.
Got to keep the defense on their toes now.
Yeah.
Good job. Great
Here's
play.
center fielder Millie Von Miller. This defense works hard on those defensive skills, let me tell you. There's the first pitch, and that was in there for call strike one.
That was a heater.
That's exactly what that was. For the Cats, it's going to be Hart, Emery, and Mahurin up in the bottom of the fifth. And there's a ball, and it hit her, so she will go to first base. First base runner that they have had since the first inning. And there's going to be a pinch runner, number 11. Well, that shows Isabel Gant, but I don't believe that's the case.
That's what it says.
And she's going to hobble off just a little bit, and that may have caught her.
I think caught her in the ankle.
Yeah.
Batting now, number 8, Billy Von Willer.
Here's ball one to Von Miller.
Strike.
And there's a strike on the inside corner. There's the next pitch, and that's fouled off right back up here.
Strike two.
Strike two. Okay, Maya Dearden will be up next. She's the right fielder. And Jives sucked something off of it, and she was way out in front of it for the strikeout. So, Glendale gets another base runner by way of a hit pitch. And then Emery went ahead and took care of business and struck out the side. After 4.5 innings of play, the score is your Neosho Wildcats 6 and the Falcons from Glendale 0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcats Sports Network.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats. We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
At the Hillcrest Church of Christ, we're striving to be His own people, eager to do what is good. Join us for worship at 10 and 6 Sundays, and for class Sunday morning at 9 and Wednesday evening at 7. You're sure to find a warm welcome and friendly people seeking to please God according to His Word. Wildcats, join us every Tuesday morning before school for Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. Learn more about the Hillcrest Church of Christ at neoshochurchofchrist.org.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Complex. Your Neosho Wildcats, bottom half of the fifth inning, are up on the Glendale Falcons by a score of 6-0. Scored 4 in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. And here's the lady of the hour, second baseman, Addie Hart. She's had a double and a single. Addie's had that second base tied down for a couple of years now, but don't let anything fool you. She's got some real power as well. She steps in getting ready to take the first pitch from Piper Van Zandt, and that's a ball low and inside. Hart, Emery, Mahurin, Tomlinson, and Stevens, and then it's the top of the batting order. It'd be nice for the Cats to try to end this just right here, wouldn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it would
There's
be.
a swung on. Strike one. That'll even the count at 1-1. That's a ball. It's his
strike.
Called strike. Yeah, it was on the inside corner. That'll make the count a ball and 2 strikes to the second baseman for the Wildcats. Here comes the next pitch from Van Zandt. Swung on, got her strike 3. So there's the first out, and here's the pitcher, Olivia Emery.
Now for the Wildcats, your senior pitcher, number 9, Olivia Emery.
And there's a hard hit ball to right field. Looks like she's going to keep
Left
on
field.
going. That got past the second baseman, and she'll end up at second.
Ground rule double. I guess it went under the fence.
Okay. It got over, and we're going to have a pinch runner. And again, there's Copeland. That ball got past the left fielder, then got under the fence. Here's Mahurin.
Number 11, Carly Mahurin.
She had a double her last time up. Oh my goodness. Looks like Copeland is going to get caught in a rundown, and she gets tagged out. Got out there in no man's land, and ball got around to the third baseman, and it was just a matter of time then. So there's the second out. There's a pitch high and inside. Will make the count 2 balls and a strike. Comes the next pitch. Swung on. There's a foul ball. Van Zandt steps in. There's the pitch. It's a high riser, and it rose a little bit more. 3-1's the count on the right fielder, Mahurin. Kylie Tomlinson will be up next, and then Ashlyn Stevens. Swung on. Strike 2. Looked like she was looking for her pitch. Thought she had it. Ball outside, ball 4. So there's a free pass. That is the first base on balls in the ball game. And here is Tomlinson, the shortstop. Third baseman stepping way in. Comes a pitch. And gets away from the catcher, and Mahurin's all down to second base. Cats continue to rattle the bats. And there's a ball that's hit up in the air, and it's going to foul. Third baseman wisely let that ball hit the ground, and it bounced into foul territory. Kylie hit one the last time, and it just went about 6 feet into no man's land and stopped. And she got on to first base. Here comes the next pitch from Piper Van Zandt, and that ball is hit, and it's over to the shortstop. The shortstop, no. And that's going to be an error on the first baseman. And Tomlinson's on again. And Mahurin is over on third base. Stevens is flied out, and then she's grounded out 6-3. She turned on a ball over at Seneca, and I tell you what, it went down right over third base. And there's call strike 1. She gets on, it's the top of the batting order. And that's ball high and outside. Tomlinson is kind of playing cat and mouse with the catcher Chafin over there at first base. And there's a high ball that's going to be out of play. Foul ball, strike 2. Stevens will surprise you. She not only got a lot of speed and gets the infield hits, she's got some pop in her bat. And there's another foul ball. So she's hanging in there. She stands in, she wiggles that bat, she's ready. Here comes the pitch from Van Zandt, and she got her strike 3. So the Cats leave a couple of base runners that time. No runs on actually no hits. There was one error, and after 5 innings of play, the score is your Neosho Wildcats 6 and the Glendale Falcons 0. We'll be right back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. The Freeman Family YMCA is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Serving the 4-state area, the Freeman Family Y believes in putting Christian principles into practice through programs, building a healthy spirit, mind, and body. With 2 locations to serve the area in Grove, Oklahoma and Neosho, the Freeman Family Y open 5:30 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday. For more information, you can go online to ymcaswmo.org or call us at 417-455-9999.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while spending on overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a faith-based alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to insurance and join CHM today.
Start off with the right fielder, Deaton, and then we'll go to Spurgeon, and it'll be the top of the batting order. Top half of the 6th inning, Emory's got 11 strikeouts. The Cats have amassed 6 runs on 7 hits, and there's a foul ball, strike 1. Comes the next pitch from Emory, and that's swung on for strike 2. Oh, no, that is Spurgeon that's up. I'm sorry. She's standing in from left-hand side, and she swung at that one for call strike 3. So there's the first out, the top half of the 6th inning. And here is number 2, the catcher, Lou Chafin. She'll be followed by Peyton Lindstrom. There's the first pitch, high, ball 1. And Isabella Gaunt, if either of them get on. Here comes the next pitch. And that was a foul ball just outside the baseline.
that was pretty close to staying in.
And it was at that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that'll even the count at 1-1. The top half of the 6th inning, Cats are up by a score of 6-0. And here comes the next pitch. Looked like that she wanted to swing in, but she held back, and it's a call strike anyway. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got her, strike 3. So there is the second out. And here's the only hit of the ball game for the Falcons, and that's Peyton Lindstrom. Lindstrom plays shortstop. She steps in there, bats left-handed. There's the first pitch, and that's swung on, and it's up in the air, and it's taken care of by Journey Arnold. So 3 up and 3 down, and then we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Cats are up by a score of 6-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Healthcare doesn't have to be complicated. At the Free Market Physician in Neosho, you pay just one affordable monthly fee, and that covers all the checkups and routine care you need. No insurance hassles, no surprise bills, just unlimited access to your doctor when you need them. Whether it's a quick visit, telemedicine, or ongoing care, you're covered. Find out how simple healthcare can be. Call 417-312-9499 or visit freemarketphysicians.com. That's 417-312-9499.
Looking for extra space near Neosho? At 86 Mini Storage, we offer secure open parking for RVs, campers, and vehicles. Plus, we have a selection of storage units that can hold whatever you need. Conveniently located in Western Neosho with 24-hour access for our customers, and right now, your first month is free. To find out what spaces are currently available or request a unit, visit 86ministorage.com or call 417-621-1601.
Welcome back. We're in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Here's Autumn Kennard, who had a towering home run to left center field, or right center field, and that ball, she hit that hard, and it looked like it was going to go right into the Wildcat dugout. That was a line shot. Whoever caught that, I'll bet their hands are a little bit red.
They're looking at it.
Yeah, I'll bet. Here comes the next pitch, and she hit that
Look
one,
at
and
there.
that one may be gone too, and they're way back. Yes,
See
it's
ya.
gone.
See ya.
So Autumn hits her second home run of the game in as many innings. So she has had a triple, a base hit, and 2 home runs. That runs the score 7-0 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats. She hit that one in exactly the same place that she hit the last one.
That is 2 ice cream cones tonight.
2 ice, you bet. Here's Kendon Smith. She flied out to the third baseman her last time up. She had a hit in the first inning and came around and scored. She steps in. There's the first pitch from Van Zandt, and she hits that one hard. And that is going to be...
It's gone.
A home run by Kendon Smith.
Back-to-back home run, ladies and gentlemen.
There's something that does not happen every day. Kendon hit that ball, and it went to left field, and it was out of here. So now the score is 8-0 in favor of the Wildcats.
What a shot.
Yeah. That was not only back-to-back, that was 2 pitches. And Coach Jackson is going to walk out and see what needs to happen here. Maybe more than anything else, he just wants to calm his young ball club down a little bit. So Journey comes up, hits her second home run of the night. 1 pitch later, Kendon comes up and hits one over left field. So the Cats are moving right along. As Marty said earlier, they go to Springfield, and they will be in the Fall Festival Tournament this weekend, where they've got an opportunity to play at least 5 ball games. Here's Journey Arnold. She has had a base hit, and she has flied out to center field. I'm sure she's probably thinking, and you don't want to think this way, but let's see if we can make it 3 in a row. She steps in, there's the first pitch, and that one swung on, and that is a ball that actually was going to get through. The third baseman made a nice stop on it, but that's a base hit. So Journey's on first, and there's nobody out. Here's Sadie Leach. She's hit the ball hard. She had a double in the first inning and came around and scored. And there is another hard hit ball. And that
Goodbye.
ball is out of here. And a walk-off home run.
I'll tell you what, folks, if you're not here, golly, you should be. This is great.
And after the Cats finished the ball game in 6 innings by a score of 10-0, home plate umpire holds his hands up and says, ball game is over. What an exciting group of kids to watch. So we're going to let them have time out to go shake hands with the folks from Glendale, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Affordable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats. We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto.
At Arvest Bank in Neosho, we believe in the power of serving others. From small businesses to agriculture, whether you're looking for someone to help manage your mortgage or an expert in wealth management, we've got you covered. You deserve a financial partner who cares and can help you reach your financial goals. Arvest Bank, proud to call Neosho home, and we're waiting for Coach Goodell to get up here. And
She's
I think
on her way.
Hear her coming up the steps, and we'll talk about this. This Cats team had 11 hits, 4 home runs in the ball game, and Emery got 12 strikeouts again, so that's 2 times she's come up and she's had double-digit strikeouts. And here she comes. We'll see just exactly what she has to say. So,
here we go.
Here we go, Coach.
What's up?
Just when I think there's nothing else we can do.
Hey.
We finished the ball game with 3 home runs and a single.
Yeah, that's what I told them at the end of the 5th, whatever that last inning before we went out there to hit. We were talking about it, and I said, hey, Liv doesn't need to throw anymore. We got 3 tomorrow. Let's just end this thing and be done. We should have done it, I felt like, sooner. But we finally stayed back and hit the ball, and I didn't know we were going to hit 3 home runs in the inning, but we'll take it.
Well, Autumn picked up 2.
Yeah.
And she had one the other night over at Seneca as well.
Yeah,
so,
she's had several on the year now. I don't remember where she's at.
We're riding high going into the fall festival, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And we need to be riding high tomorrow because we got our work cut out for us tomorrow. It's going to be a tough day for sure.
Yeah, well, I tell you, the only thing that we did was we denied Emery her chance to get another 13 strikeouts. She was stuck at 12.
True.
So,
Coach pointed out at one point, Coach Stackhouse pointed out at one point, I think it was the 4th or 5th inning, she got her career 300th strikeout. So
wow.
That was pretty impressive. So we were excited about that. Anyway, a lot of good things tonight, and keep working and keep getting better. And like I said, we'd like to have done it a little sooner maybe, but anytime you can end them soon before the 7, it's always good.
Absolutely, that's for sure. Well, the Cats go to 8-3. The Falcons go to 6-9. and you play the tournament this weekend. Then you come back and go to Kickapoo, and then you'll be right back here the next Thursday night to play Ozark.
Yeah, and obviously we don't want to look ahead because that's a long ways away and a lot of games away. But, you know, we dropped that one to Ozark at the tournament, and I think we all feel like we want that matchup back. So, but we got a lot of softball to play before then and a lot of things to get done. You know, like I said, tomorrow's not easy. I don't remember now who I said our opponents were tomorrow, but it's like Fort Zumwalt West and Kearney, I think is like 6-2. They beat Ray Peck. So, yeah, we've got another one tomorrow that's pretty tough too. And
Well, both the Lee Summit schools are in
yes,
there too.
yeah,
so.
yeah. So yeah, maybe we play one Lee Summit tomorrow. I know we have Lee Summit West on Sunday because we play on Saturday. We have Smithville and Lee Summit West on Saturday. So
Well, history says Lee Summit West has probably got the better ball club now. I don't know where they are
Yeah.
this year or not.
right now, I think they are. Right now, I think that Ray Peck and them are supposed to be the favorites. I think right now in our district, and we're trying to put some stuff together to maybe put ourselves in that conversation. I feel like, but you know, we just gotta kind of keep grinding and keep working and you know, keep telling Southwest Missouri who we are.
Well, you know, we talked on Friday, and I said, what happens when you got a pitcher that's got 13 strikeouts? Does the infield get a little lackadaisical? I mentioned that to Matt. About that time, the ground shot went to Abby, and she was up over for the third out.
Right on it. Yep, right on it, and took care of it. So, yeah, Kylie was moving on the pop-up. Kylie almost made a play on that
She
ball
did.
up the middle. You know,
Yeah.
she got her glove on that ball, and I didn't think that she had a chance at it, and then she got a glove on it. So, no, yeah, we were pretty ready to go, I think, if Liv let us have anything. But Autumn popped up and caught the foul ball behind us, so she did get that play. And so, yeah, it was just a good job, you know. And, again, you go through the lineup, and Carly had kind of struggled a little bit in her first at-bat, but then, you know, with 2 strikes, gets the shot down the line right there and went for a double. Probably could have been a triple had we had to not, you know, the runner in front of her kind of had to make sure it was down and everything. So, you know, so, yeah, we're learning on some of that and everything else, but yeah, and Liv got a double, you know, ground rule double, so everybody kind of had something good happening. It seems
Well,
like.
I'll tell you
so.
what, one of these nights we're going to have a foot race.
Right.
We're going to have to see who wins. Now, my money's still on Ashland, but I tell you, Tomlinson's got some speed, doesn't
Tomlinson
she?
has some great speed, and if you know, right now, I think if she starts getting some better jumps, she can really wreak some havoc on the base paths. But she's just still trying to figure that out and get comfortable with it. You know, on the release point, I think it's you know, don't want to get off too early and get called out, and so yeah, so she's a little bit slower getting there. Ashland's probably got the timing down a little bit better, but yeah, once they get going, that's a pretty quick duo right there.
Yeah, Kylie did what she was supposed to do, hit the ball right over the third baseman's head over at Seneca.
Yeah.
And, you know, that ball that she out here and just died.
Yeah,
on the
she
spot.
had a tendency to just make them die right out front, and then, you know, good luck to a third baseman if they can run in and throw her out, because it's tough. I mean, it has to be. You know, it's just it happens quick.
Hey, Coach, send me some stuff tomorrow night. We'll be at the football game, and let me announce how we're doing in the tournament, okay?
Okay, I will do that.
All right,
So,
congratulations
hey, thank
on
you
your
so
8th
much.
win. Appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Thank you. I will now.
Okay.
It's been a great one.
All right, there we go. We're going to take one more time out, and then we'll be right back to finish up. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while spending on overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is a faith-based alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to insurance and join CHM today.
You found it, the ultimate car wash. The one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 PSI of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
Welcome back. The Cats do it again, and they give the crowd a real treat. They amassed 11 hits, 3 home runs in the 6th inning, and a base hit in the middle of that by Journey Arnold. Autumn Kennard had 2 home runs, and the Cats won it. They beat them 10-0 in 6 innings. Cats go to 8-3. The Falcons now go to 6-9. Game time was an hour and 15 minutes, Matt.
Yeah, well.
Great job. Olivia Emery again tonight had a double-digit strikeout performance. She has one pitch I think she wished she had back, and that was when she hit the batter and she got on base. Other than that, there was one person got on base.
Yeah. She, I tell you what, she might start out just a little shaky, but once she gets in the groove, I don't think there's anybody better.
No, I don't think so either. Great victory for the Cats tonight. If you'd have been here, you'd have enjoyed it just right along with the rest of us. We will be right back here on next Thursday as we take on the Ozark Tigers. And as Coach mentioned, Tigers beat us in the tournament over in Joplin, the Page Neal tournament. And we've kind of got a little chip on our shoulder, so we're excited to have that happen. So until we see you the next time, John Ball, Matt Ball, be with us tomorrow night, by the way. We'll have a football game from the Bob, and we will start at 6:30 with the pregame show, and then we'll have the game after that. So till we see you then, go Cats!
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.